Forth Paladins, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Mod. I am Lieutenant Commander Tarek of the heavy cruiser HMS Battle Axe. Last episode, the Oscar got basically schwacked in one shot by a starbase. We had flown in there thinking, hey, we're just going to fly up, we're going to take a couple of shots, we might penetrate a hole in the shield, we'll take some damage, we'll go away, everybody will be impressed, honor will be sustained and all that, and then when we got close, it just annihilated us in one shot. And so then we decided we were going to be tricky because we had about 1,400 prestige, and so we were going to sell the ship that it had given us for about 800, and then we would buy a super cheap frigate, sell the current ship that we had, to buy another Lord Bishop class heavy cruiser, exactly the same as HMS Oscar was, except I bought the little tiny frigate, sold the little tiny frigate because of the way that it placed it in the supply chart. It put it at the beginning instead of the end, and, well, I sold the wrong ship. And so then I had to rebuy that little tiny frigate in order to get the larger ship. And once I did that and sold the larger ship that they had given us in exchange for the Oscar, we had 1870 supply, which is too short of what we needed. However, that became a moot point because the Lord Bishop class was no longer in the list. So instead, we have bought a Lord Commander ship, which is essentially the same vessel. They pretty much do the same thing, except this one has 4 fusion cannons and 2 hellbores compared to 2 fusion cannons and 4 hellbores of the other type. So we are now a much closer ranged vessel, but we will try and make it work as best as we can. So let's put out into space, see if we can't redeem ourselves for that minor mess up. And out we go, pushing out into unknown territory. And it's a scouting mission for the first mission, which I suppose actually works out pretty good for a Lord Commander type ship, because we have point-blank range weaponry anyway, so by the time we finish scanning, we'll be in weapons range. So let's see what kind of energy consumption we have going on here. I'm not sure if the fusion cannon and hellbore are interchangeable. Hopefully we'll get more speed out of this, but no, we will not. We will have a speed of 16 maximum. Mission complete! We have... what? Okay. So, yeah. There is no enemy. 320 prestige for free on the tile. Thank you. Let's put out into space. The game is trying to say, okay, we know you were trying to be a little bit of a jerk by trying to game the system, but it was also a little bit of a jerk that we basically took up a ton of prestige from you. But let's push out. It's now into an asteroid field. Hit that red alert. Holy crap, that's close. That is, close. Klingon D5 off to our port side. Let's increase power to our brand new cruising speed of 15 or 16. Actually 15. Ooh. We are kind of slow. Not great. Our speed and charging speeds are not good. So, also I think the the Lord Bishop had more power in total. Ugh. So even less good. I think we're just a standard heavy cruiser. Either that or the amount of energy that they give you for the additional hellbores is crazy. Holy crap. So we are also looking at a D6 Bravo and a D5. We are not escorted by anybody today, so it is all up to us to attempt to win the day. Let's prepare a Wild Weasel, just in case. What's a D6B going to have, do you think? Let's take a quick look over here. It is nothing special. There's no third nacelle. It's just a little bit of a darker green. And the other vessel, of course, being this gorgeous-looking D5, the swept-back wings, the smaller, bit more sleek of a design. I think we might be able to kick him out in one go. So let's increase our speed now that we have all systems charging. So our maximum speed with holding weapons is 25. That's not cool. How is it that a ship designed to be at point-blank range is only designed to go to a speed of 25 while holding all weapons in reserve? This seems wrong to me. So we will let this charge on up. We will prepare to deploy our fighters, but only after we kill this D5 here, because I want them fresh and ready and able to kill this D6B. I believe we're using Wasp fighters. He's got disruptors on his front. Let's slow down now, start buffing that forward shield. We're down to our proper charge speed, throwing all that power into the forward shield. I'm expecting a big shot at any moment now. Shot it down, he fired, and there's our firing. Oh, gorgeous. Ripped into him, tore him open, 79 damage through. And we will pull out in this direction. Unfortunately, things are going to be close. Let's keep on turning. We're going to deploy the fighters in defense mode. It has to be done. So we wanted to save him. I was kind of hoping that I would annihilate him in one go. We will avoid the asteroid, but be careful by being close to the asteroids. And the D6 is now going to get involved in this fight. The D5 is pretty badly damaged. Oh, but he does have a point defense system. Look at the point-blank range fusion cannons. I am in love. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm happy to see them have that much firepower. We are not able to get through his shields. We did basically chunk everything, so we're going to have to take these 6 to the front. And we got to get these fighters back because they're dying. Nope, all our fighters are dead. Not grand. Let's increase speed, see if we can't pull away. Do I have anything? We've even lost a phaser, so things not going well. Patch the Gatling phaser, we're going to need it, and keep pulling away from this. We are not charging our weapons at full effectiveness anymore. Unfortunately, we only have 2 Hellbores, so we were not going to be able to take full total advantage of this guy. He's missed us and almost hit that asteroid field right by us. So we did pump a shot into him. It did 9 damage. Continue off in this direction. Build up the range. Okay, Phaser Gatling took care of it. We did take a hit through the front. Take another hit through the front. Fire the fusion beams. We did a little bit of damage to ourselves. Flashback. We only did 6 damage? Really? Those are fusion beams at point-blank range. How did they not just absolutely rip him apart? He must have had more shields than I thought he did. We've got to extend. We can't afford to slow down. We are 2 points of power in debt already. That's not good. Oh, this is definitely a dangerous setup here. And we haven't even begun to deal with him. Crap. So let's deploy a mine. And see if we can't get him to pull away a little bit. We're going to come in on him. See if our phasers can't get in here and do some dirty work. But we got to break off for that listening post sometime soon, or we're not going to make it. So we'll pull in point-blank range. All weapons fire, Hellbore included. It gets through, deals some damage. Let's start pulling away. Oh, we're going to have a hard time making it to this listening post, I can tell. We'll set our course in between these rocks here, and we'll dump a mine right on top of it just to try and give us a little bit of help here. Repair teams, I need to continue to repair. There's just no choice here. Holy... This is going to be close. We're entering a dust cloud. We're doing a speed of 20. It's going to hurt. Deactivate the camera so I can actually manually guide this ship. So there was an asteroid behind the asteroid. I need more power. Continue to repair the warp engines. And right here is where we want to drop a mine, because that'll be hard for you to get out of. And do we see the... I do not see it. We gotta find that listening post. It's somewhere around here. We're gonna dump another mine right in between these two. There's our listening post. Pick our target. Dump the mine. Okay. Activate this. And let's take a look at the people behind us, trying to catch us. They do have to swing around, which is going to make things difficult for them. We do have the ability to make it to full speed. Excellent. So we have gotten away from them. We managed to maul the D5 pretty badly, and the D6 cruiser is going to have a hard time catching up to us. He's only doing a speed of 26.5, so he may not be able to catch up to us at all. So we may have just full-on gotten away from him. The D5 is limping along at 3.7, so we did enough damage to him to get away. But look at this kind of damage here. We've lost 2 of our Gatling phasers, 1 of our Hellbores. We are not in fantastic shape. The things we must suffer. We are reading the data. Mission complete. We're getting the heck out of here. Yeah, he's limited. He can't go any faster than 26.5. Data transfer complete. It's time to run. We'll hit the warp engines and get on out of here. And the one nice thing is if there are enemy ships still on the map and you make it to here, it ends. It doesn't require you to escape. So, successfully transferred it. Apparently the Klingons are preparing an ambush very soon. Very cool. We know about it. We gotta pop back here, because we're in desperate need of supplies. 51 damage. Not great. We will buy wasps, because we need more fighters. The fusion cannon only, which we may want to switch around for whichever one is the much more powerful Hellbore cannon, because the Hellbore cannon is something that our fighters can use at sort of extreme ranges, which will keep them safe. Yeah, which is a problem because, well, the anti-missile defense systems are starting to really come online, and that's going to be an issue. Go on a mission. It's a planetary assault. We may be tilting at Windmills once again, but at least we have enough transporters to actually win if we manage to, get past the defenders and the planetary defenses. It's out of red alert. Let's rock and roll. We are escorted today by an FQL HMS Battle Axe. We are also the Battle Axe. Good job, game. Yeah, he's equipped with 4 fusion cannons. Same as our armament. Pretty impressive. Protecting this planet is a D7C, as well as a nothing. Planetary Phaser 0 is behind him. So let's increase our speed to about 15-ish. That will allow us to charge our weapons and be going at a decent enough speed. We're going to come in here, build a Wild Weasel shuttle just in case. We almost never use them against the Klingons, but you never know. It could happen. Reinforce, full power to the front, and pre-launched. They also have a heavy cruiser over here. It is a D7N, the Negotiators. So a Charlie, which I think is just an upgraded command version. It's not a commando transport, I'm sure of that. You are equipped with basically the standard D7 fare. And the planet, please tell me the planet has absolutely nothing. If the planet is devoid of any sort of defenses, we have a chance. If the planet is an absolute nightmare monster, well, this amount of firepower isn't going to do that. It's a nightmare. So 4, 5, 6, 7 phaser 4s. So this battle is basically lost. We're gone. I'm not going to waste the time because we can kill these guys. Absolutely. That's not even difficult. Okay, it would be difficult. These are D7 cruisers. They're scary. It would require some pretty decent hits in order to wipe out his warp coils. However, just with this is a transport. It's never going to work. So we are out of here because we're not going to waste the time and the energy in trying to duel all of this. So the Q ship would not be able to survive the incoming firepower. It's not a carrier. It may have a couple of fighters, but not anything sufficient. The two D7s would be a tough fight in and of themselves. Sure, the Negotiator type isn't all that super well armed. It's okay, but it's a little bit weak. But then we have no way of getting through the planet. And as we've seen time and time again, it doesn't matter if you kill the defenders. They just don't give you prestige for it. So I'm not going to waste the time. I'm not going to waste the prestige. And I'm not going to waste the effort on it. We're just going to leave. And best of luck to you. I will watch from the comfort of long range. So yeah, we've got, unfortunately, the Battle Axe, who is named same as us. Not this one, please. He's not particularly powerful. So we have less. The system let us... Ooh, we did not slow down in time. So we're going to have to do that before all hell breaks loose in the next mission. But yeah, there's no point in trying to fight this. We can't beat it. Well, we can beat the defenders, but we can't beat the planet. So pop back. Pop. Pop. Mission. Shipyard assault. This is easier to do. A little bit harder because we got to get a point-blank range in order to use our fusion cannons, but it's possible. It's something that is capable, and we are escorted today by HMS Excalibur and HMS Inelucutable. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm going to assume that it's good. Actually, no, it's not. It's got 3 Phaser 2s and a Phaser G. Wow, you are kind of pathetic. We're facing a D6, a D7, and a D7, which is not cool. An EB, a T, which is a carrier, I believe, a strike cruiser, and a D6MB, which is old and out of date, and we're not even sure why they're still out here, but they decided to come. We will launch our fighters on defense, and we will also prep a Wild Weasel. By the time we get into range, increase the speed to our speed of 15, prep the forward shield for maximum forwardiness, reinforce. Thank you. The Excalibur could help out a lot. She is basically a heavy cruiser, same as us. It's just we've swapped out our Phaser 2s for Phaser 1s, and this forward Phaser 2. You have photon torpedoes? Really? Okay, so the D7T is actually the Katinga. It's gotta be. Because there's a very limited number of ships in this game with photon torpedoes for Klingons. Yeah, this is a Katinga. Holy crap. Cool, so we get to fight a legend. Nice job shooting at maximum range, buddy. Oh, and this MB is actually a Mauler, so he may not be nearly as obsolete as I thought he was. So our forward shield's taken some punishment. We're going to get in on this and just rip him to pieces. Let's get our fighters back, because they're not going to survive much longer than this. Return to me. Return to me. And I'm just going to sit on his tail, the Dragon Slayer. Very impressive name, and we're just going to keep on firing as best as we can. We've prepped the Wild Weasel so we can handle a scatter pack should it suddenly arise. He's dumped a mine. I'm not particularly worried about that. It'll probably nick my one-side shield. And did you just take out my fighter squadron? I think he did. He did. All of my fighter squadrons are dead. I am not happy. We'll slow down a little bit so we don't overshoot. And then everything we got right into his stern, ripping open his aft side. He has decided to do a high energy turn. He's probably got a couple of photon torpedoes. Let's show our aft because it's our strong shield right now. He is not having a good day. Oh, just surrounded. And he did put in 2 photon torpedoes into us. Unfortunately, he doesn't have anything else. So we're going to ignore him now because we're not going to go for total kills. We don't need to. We are working as part of a fleet, and the fleet will handle that. We will now fight the Carnivorous. The Carnivorous is a much weaker design than I thought it would be. So I'm much more worried about this Mauler, honestly, because the Mauler gets a shot and it could really rip us to pieces. So we'll slowly come around this bend. He's also got an astonishingly strong frontal shield, so let's pound through it. Point blank range, everything fires, and other fusion beams. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. We ripped him open. We didn't take out the Mauler. I'm not sure you can, but we did manage to damage the neck. He's still doing a speed of 17, so he's still doing pretty good. We're only doing a speed of 12, which is lower than our maximum speed of 15, but it is something that I want to do right now because we want that forward shield buffed. Unfortunately, we're now slowing our stern to this guy, who they are not killing nearly fast enough. So we'll hopefully be able to turn away and get out of this, because frankly, I'm not happy about having my stern towards an enemy. Phasers are ready to fire, and we managed to punch through another couple of shields. We haven't damaged the warp coils, which I am a bit surprised about. And let's get in here and dump a mine, discourage his pursuit in this direction, force him to go elsewhere. And, ooh, my Hellbore should be ready to fire momentarily. By momentarily, I mean about another quarter of a turn. And that ought to do a pretty nice amount of damage. He is using his own mines to try and discourage our pursuit, but that's not going to get us off bore for one of our Hellbores. Ha-ha! We are managing. We will take the hit on this shield. So 2 good shots with the Hellbore. Managed to drop his speed. Now we're hitting the warp coils. And we're going to get in here kind of close. A range of under 2 with our fusion beams ought to be able to finish him off. And didn't. Only did 58 damage. I'm a little bit disappointed. Let's see if we can't pull off to avoid having to worry about the mine causing damage to that weak rear shield of ours right now. And his remaining phasers are not doing a whole ton of damage. We should repair that phaser G at some point. I'm not doing it because I don't think it's a bit really important right now. It does come basically 4 shots, which is nice. So I'm not trying to belittle how much firepower it can bring to the fight. But at the end of the day, do we really want to waste the time? And the spare parts. We're in front of him, but he probably doesn't have any power to do anything with, so no Mauler. We did punch through his side, and so he's now exposed. This should start cooling down. Yep, they finished their cooldown and are now recharging. He hasn't managed to get away from this mine. Oh, that's awful for you. I'm going to turn into you, because you are now a threat, and he isn't. The fighters, yep, we'll finish dealing with him. Unfortunately, that's going to mean we take a hit to the stern. We haven't lost any points of power, but that was ugly. And our Hellbores are... There we go. Should be in range? Come on. Yep, 2 Hellbore shots. Wrapping around. Managed to hit his weakened shield, causing a nice couple of holes in it. We've got incoming missile fire, but we're going to take it on the forward phasers. Have them take care of that. And now... Fusion beams! Lance right on through. We only did 11 damage. We did enough to punch through. Ooh, we didn't fire all our fusion beams. Let's get a higher energy turn going on this. Hopefully we can turn around in time in order to get some decent range on the fusion beam. It's going to be kind of tight, so we're going to make an angle so that we go right in for him. Force him to close the range. I want to fire this at under a range of 2. Closer, closer, closer. Now. Everything we had. We're going to have to take this on the nose. Did a decent amount of damage. 22 from those 2 fusion cannon shots. We'll continue our turn. We should probably overload these fusion beams. I'm really tempted to do it. We've lost another shield and damage to our tractor beam. It is stunned, but not offline. So how much more can he handle? His disruptors are still online, so we'll still have one of those shots. And he's fired into us with his phasers. We will return fire, and now he's fired his disruptors into our nose, taking out our forward shield. We are really kind of in trouble in terms of armament. Oh, nope, forward shield is back. I didn't think we'd beamed anybody on board. Let's try and build in some range from this guy. I don't want to accidentally, get shot in the rear. We've got incoming missiles from the starbase, but they are just out of range, not actually being effective. So we unfortunately have to reveal our weakened side to him. However, he doesn't have any weaponry available to actually shoot at us at this moment. I want to prep another high energy turn, but a 71% chance is not high enough. We got to be basically 100, otherwise I'm not going to risk it. I've got a fusion cannon in range to fire from this broadside aspect, as you can see, but at a range of 4, it'll do nothing. Fusion beams require point-blank range work. So we'll curl in a bit closer, and we could fire the Hellbore at them. We are just outside of missile launcher range. They can't do anything to us. And there we go. Rip them apart. And avoid the mine. And Hydrons, are we going to basically waste our time now? Yes. Yes, we are. So we're going to need the return of the Gatling phasers, because I'm going to need to use them. You guys going to catch up anytime soon? Excalibur, please? Because this could get ugly. Slow down. Slow down. Let the phasers do their work. So we have to slow down manually every time these missiles get close, because otherwise the defensive solution doesn't become all that good. So we got one of our Gatling phasers ready. We are still outside of range for whatever being fired from over here. Intellectable is slowly moving into the fight, trying to get there. It will eventually. And we will continue our advance towards this far one over here. Oh, looks like they decided to go after the fighters. Ooh, slow down. And all our Gatling phasers should be online at any moment. There we go. All our Gatling phasers are online. We're going to come over here, meet up with the Intellectable and the Excalibur. Oh, I just realized that it's probably Intellectable is suffering severe damage. No, he's not. He's almost perfect. But we are going to stick with the main fleet because it's a lot safer that way. Although Excalibur got out of that fight with surprisingly little damage, they focused most of their firepower on us. I think definitely for the better in the way that the enemy fleet did damage. But yeah, Excalibur is almost in beautiful shape. So we'll get in on top of him at point-blank range and kill him. Let's slow down time so that I can do this, and this, and this. And now I'm going to slow down a bit, because I want all the firepower to go down. So we are fully charged on overload. One shot hit, one shot missed. And now, fire everything! Only 17 damage. He did not do a great job there. So now we get into the long and painful part, where we just shell the crap out of everything. So he's trying to defend against multiple angles. He really can't. And yeah. He just doesn't have an option to defend against multiple angles here. And it does appear that he's out of ammunition. We are keeping it in nice and tight so that he can't beam mines into a position where they would hurt us. So we're just going to keep on top of him and continue to do this the whole fight. Because it's safe. It's honestly the reason this is the safest way of this kind of engagement. Okay, we do need to pull away a bit now. Because he's about to die. And the other side, there we go. Our fusion beam took him out. Let's see where the rest of the fleet goes to. We're going to follow Excalibur if we can. Excalibur seems to be engaging this shipyard. Because if we can get them to shoot at the Excalibur, our life becomes easier. So let's overload the Hellbore cannon. I want to deal a big crunchy damage so that he can't avoid it. Heavy cruisers sticking and working together. Just slowly working together as we have to get into this fight. So let's try and pull in maximum speed of time. We just want to get this over with. It's a good mission to be on, but it does take a while. So we will come around slowly but surely, make him split. Go that way, Excalibur. Go. No, of course not. Excalibur follows us into our turn because he wants to. I don't know. It's just really fun. Everything we got. Everything we got. Turn away. Again, too close for that to work. Continue to fire overloaded fusion beams. We'll slow down a little bit because we don't need the speed. We just need the killie. There we go. Another one goes down. On to the last Klingon fleet repair dock. Please tell me Excalibur will actually go for it. That's the question. Increase speed. Speed is still maximum on time. So let's get over there. Let's increase speed and just get over there. Wow, he's basically eaten up a lot of mines. How you doing, buddy? Damaged. He's lost his Gatling phasers. They seem to be pretty vulnerable. Most of our Gatling phasers basically get blown off in early rounds of the fight. That was the most amount of damage that we took during the fight, was these two stern Gatling phasers. They just got ripped apart. So either they're super sensitive, or perhaps they are somehow greatly exposed. Although I suppose the high power energy conduits for that super efficient firing I guess they're extra vulnerable. And we will prepare to fire this first. Full shots into him. And then everything we've got into him. 101 damage. Excellent. Just set everything to normal. And we will continue the death and destruction. So he's lost a decent number of systems. Unfortunately, he can't put up his defenses. So let's slow down, and we're just going to park it. There we go. A shipyard mission successfully defeated. We can't do the planetary assault missions. We've proven that. But shipyard, definitely. That worked. So let's see how much prestige. We got 450. That's a good amount. And we'll pop down here. And we neutralize... no, we kept this planet neutral. But we will take it eventually. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. We are now promoted to Captain. So we will continue to try and build our fleet. At some point, I'd like another Lord Bishop Command Cruiser. But anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon to leave a comment. And I will see you all in the next episode.